Okay, well, apologies friends. Here we are. OBS, obviously when it crashed, seems to have an issue with picking up sounds, so I had to reconfigure the mics there. So unfortunately, here is where we left off yesterday. I'm not online. The weather is not quite the same as yesterday. The winds may well be. Volanta hasn't picked up our flight, so we're missing off that log, which is a shame. I'll probably have to import that and try and work around it. But I wasn't going to end up not landing at Birmingham because of that crash, which turned out to be NVIDIA driver related. So I've updated drivers, done a clean install. I still can't get to the bottom of it, whether it's just Vulkan playing up, whether it's the GPU, I don't know. Anyway, without further ado, let's get back to where we were. Okay, that's interesting. Well, it's Cav OK, and we should have been on the ILS, but we're visual.
No steer. Arm centered clear. Anti-skid. Armed tested. Passenger signs. On. Wing cowl anti-ice.
Not required.
Continuous ignition. On. Thrust reversers. Armed. Spoilers. Stowed auto. Flaps. Set. CAS.
Checked.
Before landing checklist complete.
It's a bit of a
After
handful
landing
actually.
checklist next.
So, flight director off. Why do I have a config warning? 129 was our speed. I did not select those up. I just turned the flight director off. Down 3 green and no anti-skid because of that. That's a bit odd. Not quite sure why the aeroplane's twitching around. Maybe it's just a loading issue. We're a little bit below glide slope. 129 on speed, full flap.
500.
A little bit low. Oh well. Okay, now we're quite a bit low.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue. We are too low, but visual and correcting. There we go. It's quite the displaced threshold of Birmingham.
100.
Oh, the winds are swinging around, that's the issue.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
A little bit of a kick of the drift. That's alright. Not going to brake too hard, but we are slowing satisfactorily. That wasn't too bad. Don't know if it would have been that good on the day. We'll roll and vacate right. We can't vacate left. This is all disused. Sorry, wasn't paying attention there. Should have stowed the reversers, which they are now. So yeah, all I did was take the flight director off. I did not put the gear up there. There's a separate hardware switch. Call it a loading glitch. Never mind. We got here. Welcome to Birmingham. It would have been much more fun yesterday. But no matter, here we are. We're going to go park on the west side of the airfield. I think that's probably... there looks like there's 2 jet centres / FBOs over there. We'd make a radio call, but I'm not going to. Because there's no one online. We are not online.
After landing checklist. Landing pulse recog lights. Off. Anti-collision lights. Off. Continuous ignition. Off. Windshield heat. Off. Probes. Off. Wing anti-ice. Off. Cowl anti-ice.
Is not on, I believe, and we don't need it on.
Spoilers. Stowed. Flaps. 0. ATC TCAS. Alt on. Radar mode. Standby. After landing checklist complete. Engine shutdown checklist next.
Happy days. So, Birmingham scenery, you can see I've got buildings and things turned down. I went down one notch to try and placate the frame rate. I can't see chat either, so apologies for that. I don't have a... I suppose I could put my iPad on there. I've got the paper chart available. As you can see, no, you probably can't see. Still CPU limited, holding about 30 frames a second. So the struggle continues. It's just incredibly frustrating to lose that flight. I know we can load it up, but it doesn't quite cut the mustard in the middle of an online VATSIM event, which is a shame. There's a four-way junction coming up. We're going to go fully right. Let me have a look on YouTube. Nobody's watching, never mind. So we are going to go right on Tango. Yes, Delta goes sort of slightly to the left. And we would need clearance to cross the runway, which we're going to assume that we have. First officer Toto will pop on the strobes. Should do the landing lights as well. No, he hasn't. Maybe I'll do it just as we get to the runway. So we are going to cross, do a left into hotel, and then try and figure out the ramp. There are stands marked here, but it looks from Google Earth, it looks like they sort of park willy-nilly. So there are a lot of buildings around here. I'm not necessarily convinced these are that accurate. There is an apron over there on the right. What did I see the other day that I was quite impressed with? Ah, Shopton scenery for X-Plane. Having been there quite a few times and having done an overnight there, my first overnight, that area that looks rather good, to be honest. If you're into your light GA, it's well worth a trip, although I imagine many people aren't really, especially in X-Plane. I don't know what the proportion is. I think the largest proportion of user is... Actually, I'll tell you what, let's go over here. I think the largest proportion is tube liners. So that is a disused taxiway. I don't know why it's got a yellow mark on it. I'm just going to do a little cheat here. Yeah, okay. Let's go over in this corner here. Parked up there at a bit of an angle. Just so we've got somewhere to go from next time. So I've checked the brakes, they work. Entering harbour, lights off. Now, was that a decent park? Hey, that's not bad. I'll take that. feet aren't going to get dirty. Okay, it's not the best park in the world, but you know what? That'll do. Brakes on.
Engine shutdown checklist. Taxi lights. Off. Parking brake. Set. Reverse thrust. Stowed. Generators 1 and 2.
Offline.
Off. Engine 2 shut down. Fuel boost pumps. Off. Fuel system.
Not going to bother checking.
Engine 1 shut down. Check ITT below 350 degrees Celsius.
Checked.
Anti-ice. Off. 14th stage.
Out.
Off. Beacon. Off. No steer. Off. ATC TCAS.
I am going to set standby 2000, which is for the UK.
Parking brake if chocked.
Chocks in. Brakes off.
Passenger signs. Off. Cabin differential. 0 psi. Engine shutdown checklist complete. Securing checklist next.
Excellent. We should have probably done this. I do always forget.
Hot start flight support. Jenny speaking. How can we help?
Come and get them, please, Jenny.
Of course. I'll have that over with you in a minute or two. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Always a pleasure. Take care.
Cool. Let's just open this up. And we'll go do our bits. So, is there an issue with leaving this open? Probably not. There we go, and somebody can move the aeroplane if they wish. We can move the aeroplane if we wish. What we don't have, of course, we can use better pushback. It would be nice to have a little tow trolley to do it yourself. That would be quite cool.
Door. Nose of door.
So 1700 it looks like. Turn the panel off. We'll just wait for the packs to go, and then that'll be that.
Our ride is here. Thank you, Captain. Always such a pleasure flying with you. Have a nice rest of your day.
Oh, so that's the frame rate tanking, with both CPU and GPU going through the roof with the with the Merc that turns up. Toto, please fix that. It's killing my PC. Does it work if I turn any of this off? Nope. Not until that object disappears. It just goes to show that X-Plane does some pretty funky things. So we touched down -117, felt better than that. Never mind. Ah, so I guess Kilo used to be a taxiway. It isn't a taxiway anymore. That kind of makes sense. Maybe I'll have to work some magic on this airport as well. Never mind. Right. Yeah, while that's still there, until that disappears. 6 frames per second. Terrible. We'll know when it goes.
Secure and checklist. Emergency lights.
Off.
AC/DC utility switch.
Off.
Headsets. Thrust reversers.
Off.
Chocks.
In.
Parking brake.
Off.
Hydraulic pumps.
Off.
Nav lights. Logo light.
Stay on for the moment.
APU generator. APU start stop. PAX. LCD. 10th stage isolation valve. APU power fuel. ICAS APU gauge. Battery master. Cockpit refuel panel.
We did.
Service lights.
I think that was them pins, covers, chocks, wasn't it?
Pins and covers. Secure and checklist complete.
So we're going to do gen, start, stop, and then the packs. There we go. I am not going to give it the full shutdown, but there we are, secured. I'm going to shut the airplane up. Thank you very much for watching, friends. What a shame we couldn't have done that yesterday. Incredibly frustrating. We'll leave the airplane here at Birmingham, and then I don't know when the next chance I'm going to get to fly it is going to be. It's Tuesday tomorrow. I might be able to position it on Wednesday. There's a big maybe there. Thursday I'm probably not going to have time, and then I will be off on holiday for a week. So that'll be it stream-wise. I am flying in the real world tomorrow, so at some point you might expect some videos from that. But until then, not quite perfectly parked, but not bad. As always, thanks very much for watching. I'm sorry it was such a disaster. I would like to get some new hardware. You never know, the prices may come down. And until I do, thanks for all the support. Look after yourself, stay safe, and I look forward to flying with you again soon. Bye for now.